Alright. Sorry guys. Today I'm gonna talk about like the tickspider change where I actually know you guys I already made a video about that. But this video gonna be more clearer and I will address the problem and the buffs of the perm. And might as well address my own tickspider basically what I want the ideal tick spider to be. And also talking about issues where I face when I spread the word. So tick spider, why is it still mid? Some people say it's a buff. Some people say it's a nerf. Some people is okay with it. I'm more on okay side. So why is it still not that good and extremely branded to play? Well, I already addressed on my previous video where you can just place two red ticks and then the whole wave get clear. This is this is totally not branded as hell and solve the branded problem where everyone actually wants to address. So without a doubt, I can see a lot of people will go into comments and then might just talk shit about me. I think if you really want to be respectful, then go ahead. Leave like common sense comment. If you just hate me, then uh, you're just leaving meaningless comments. Let's be civil here. Okay, so what's the problem for the new take? I will summarize it really quick. Blue tick is so overpowered that red tick doesn't do anything. Is this a surprise? No. It has been this thing forever. Like, actually. And they made it even worse by nerfing red tick. Red tick is fine if the explosion trigger range is similar to old tick. And I've been telling Dev about this, but they didn't respond. So this raised an argument between me and the tester. And basically, it didn't end well. And then he kept complaining that I complained to him where he used the evidence that I didn't even complain, by the way. Basically, I didn't even complain some of the stuff. And then he just tried to put in to rage bait me for no reason. All I just did is to say, can you make the explosion trigger range back to normal? And then they just crash out onto me for no reason. They just crash out onto me for no reason. Do you know how childish this behavior is? Anyways, the new tick have the issue where red tick being useless. I know that's like a lot of deployment time, something like that. Actually, that doesn't matter for me. I think it doesn't really matter. And some people also complain about the walk speed as well, where I say it also doesn't matter. So I will propose a new take where it will be given purpose instead of rebalancing without using your brain, because you went on for 1 year just to play League of Legends and never came back and basically not knowing the game itself. So what I want to address is now we have the red tick being useless than blue tick problem. To solve it, first we don't fix the pros and cons about the tick spider. Basically, just leave the pros and tick con for the tick spider to be the same as the new tick for my own tick idea. You might say, okay, The fucking walk speed, bro. I can tell you that walk speed doesn't matter, and it's really deserved since you don't have defense con. You can see all of the having higher walk speed perk have defense con, by the way. Have defense con. It is accession or propet or whatever you call that is. That's it. Okay, if you want tickspider to have like higher walk speed, then add defense con. This is 100% needed. Okay, you might say like, oh, take K, I want to make it 5%. 10% and 5% is like similar anyways. It doesn't matter, dude. Anyways, with that get out of the way, I'll propose about the real changes for Tick Spider. The ability itself, by the way. Now, revert the explosion trigger range back to old explosion trigger range. This is very important. I don't want my Tick Spider to do nothing at all. At least let it miss. Okay? It's fine. Anyways, keep the throwing range for the red tick only. Later I'll discuss for this. Keep the throwing range for red tick, and then keep the deployment time. Deployment time is deserved, I think. So what changes to red tick now is it has less damage. It goes from 60 to 40. You might ask, okay, what are you doing? You're just fucking stupid. You just make red tick even more useless. Just hear me out for a little bit longer. Keep all red attributes, and then for blue tick, what is the changes? Increase the damage to 60 damage. However, you can throw it much further. You might ask, you just make it even worse, dude. Blue tick is more like better than red tick. However, blue tick right now just do bleed damage. Tier 4 bleed damage. No fracture. No cripple. No fracture, no cripple. Just bleed. You see what I'm getting? Blue tick becomes offensive. Red tick becomes defensive. That's how you separate roles. That's how you make a game, alright? Then that's it. That's the whole whole rework for my red tick. Also, just keep the no damage thing, no self-inflict damage thing. And if you want to, you can add like doesn't trigger traps, because Tick Spider is still a trap setter. The whole gameplay is to let Tick Spider trap people. I don't know why people try to make Tick Spider into DPS. Because of the recoil pro, they just try to make it into DPS because it can just shoot. And also it address you spamming red ticks on the ground as well. In the last time you spam to slow down melee enemies, now you spam to kill like range enemy at the back. And I think this is unfair. Nothing like the red tick damage, so it's enough to one hit them, but they cannot die just from the red tick. That will be a balance. And it also solves the SQ thing where I know you say like basically planning ahead. I know I get what you mean, but planning ahead is not really that simple as it is. I guess something similar like that. You can just get more stuff by planning ahead. You didn't really go into specific. So With this, you don't just use red tick for SQ and high priest. You would use blue tick as well. You might say, "Okay, blue tick now deals bleed on it, you stupid." You know, there's still tier 4 fracture melee weapon called as Baton, Cleaver, Decimator, Maria, Frying Pan, not Frying Pan, yeah, Frying Pan, and also Fire Tier X, Fire X. That's like a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? And that's it. You can keep anything else the same. I know why. This is the new text that I propose and finally not branded to use. Since I know all of you just use red tick for clutch in wave defense. That's 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 your mindset, bro. I played tickspider long enough to know this. Anyways, that's it. That's my version of tickspider. I hope you enjoy this. If you think it's kind of bad, then leave a comment. Maybe help me to make it more fair. You know. Also, by the way, the throw range for blue tick that I say I changed, make it like old throw range. Right now, the throw range is like pathetic for blue tick, you know. And that's it. That's my suggestion. I hope Dev actually see this, the whole team actually see this, and then would take considerate to this changes. Because it's reasonable, it's logic. I don't see any flaw about that. And most importantly, it addressed the problem of using blue tick more than red tick. This would be more balanced, similar to Mind Flayer. Alright, bye bye.